Have you ever found yourself holding onto the wall as you walk through your own home, whispering inside, maybe this is just what getting older feels like? Many seniors silently carry that belief, that falls and weakness are simply destiny. But let me tell you something gently, as a brother would. It does not have to be your destiny. Falling is not proof of decline. It is often just the body's quiet way of saying, help me remember how to move with balance again. I'm Dr. James, and today I want to share a walking trick that is restoring confidence to thousands of older adults. This isn't about heavy workouts or trying to be 20 again. It's about small shifts that bring your body back into harmony. Studies reveal that 1 in 3 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year. But most of those falls can be prevented with simple awareness. Stay with me until the end, because I'll show you exactly how to walk in a way that keeps you steady, dignified, and full of quiet strength. And before we begin, I'd be grateful if you like this video and subscribe for more healing truths. And now, before we talk about exercises or solutions, the very first step is awareness, because you cannot change what you do not see. Many older adults don't realize their walking style has shifted quietly over the years, and that small change can be the very thing increasing their risk. Let's uncover these warning signs together. Point number 1, 6 hidden walking habits that quietly raise your risk of falling. Most people don't notice when their walk changes, gentle, reflective. It happens slowly, like the way a tree leans a little more each year until one day you suddenly realize it is no longer standing straight, soft emphasis. The first sign is often dragging the feet, as if they have grown too heavy to lift, concerned. This small shuffle makes rugs, uneven pavement, and even slippers a hidden danger warning. The second sign is keeping your eyes glued to the floor, afraid of every step, empathetic. While it may feel safer, looking down too much bends the spine forward and robs you of the ability to see what lies ahead. Slight caution. A third sign is walking with short, stiff steps, a tiptoeing pattern born out of fear, somber. Instead of creating balance, it actually locks the body and increases strain firm. Fourth, the shoulders rise and the arms stay stiff by the side, descriptive. Without the natural swing of the arms, balance weakens and tension builds in the back and neck, gentle concern. Fifth, relying on walls or furniture to steady yourself, as though the house must hold you up, sympathetic. And sixth, avoiding gravel paths, steps, or narrow sidewalks altogether, which quietly shrinks your confidence and independence, soft sadness. If you recognize more than 2 of these, your body is whispering that it needs support, warm reassurance. Do not feel ashamed, compassionate. These are not signs of failure, only signals that something can be improved, encouraging. I knew a man named Harold, 80 years old, who realized he avoided stepping into his own garden because of fear of falling. Storytelling, gentle pause. By noticing this, he took his first step toward change, not away from the garden, but back into it, uplifting. Remember this, you're not failing, you're listening. And listening is the first act of healing, soft, hopeful. And now comes the good news, gentle uplift. Awareness is the doorway, but action is the path. Once you notice those hidden signs, you can begin to retrain your body to walk in a way that feels strong, steady, and alive again, hopeful. Point number 2, 5 simple fixes that make every step safer. Imagine a string pulling gently from the crown of your head toward the sky. Visual, soothing. This simple thought resets your posture, stacking the spine, easing pressure on your joints, and centering your balance. Next, let your shoulders fall away from your ears, like leaves dropping peacefully from a branch, calm. A relaxed upper body frees your arms to move naturally. And here comes the third fix, the arm swing, gentle emphasis. Each step should carry a rhythm. Left leg with right arm, right leg with left arm. A dance your body was born knowing, warm. Fourth, let your feet walk like waves on the shore. Heel touches, weight rolls through the arch, and the toes push you forward, soft imagery. This flow engages all the muscles, keeping balance strong. Finally, keep your eyes lifted, looking where you are going instead of staring down, encouraging. Your vision guides your body, and looking ahead tells your nervous system, I am safe. At first it may feel odd, like speaking a forgotten language, reflective. But give yourself 5 minutes each day to practice, and slowly the body remembers. I once met Margaret, 78 years old, who began with just this, imagining the string above her head during her morning walk to the mailbox. Within weeks, she said, "Doctor, I feel taller, and I no longer grab the railing." These are not tricks. They are truths your body once lived by, reassuring. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to what was always yours, hopeful, soothing. And once posture returns, strength must follow, steady, guiding. Because balance is not just how you carry yourself, it is how your muscles quietly support every step, reflective. The body needs practice, gentle but consistent, to rebuild its roots. Point number 3, 5 easy exercises that restore balance and confidence. The first is simple. Stand behind a sturdy chair and lift one foot, balancing softly on the other, calm, instructive. Hold for just a few seconds, then switch, like planting one root firmly while the other explores new soil, gentle imagery. Second, try the heel-to-toe walk along a hallway, encouraging. Place the heel of one foot directly before the toes of the other, as if walking a line of light across the floor. Third, march in place, lifting each knee with care, uplift. This reminds your legs to rise fully with every step, so rugs and thresholds no longer catch your feet. Fourth, rise onto your toes, then slowly rock back on your heels, steady. These small motions wake up the ankles and calves, the quiet guardians of balance. And fifth, the mindful walk, soothing. Move slowly through your space, heel to midfoot to toe, arms swinging, shoulders soft, head lifted. Feel every step, as if your body and breath are singing together, warm imagery. You need not do them all at once. Even 2 or 3 minutes each day can change how steady you feel, encouraging. Harold, 80 years old, began with nothing more than toe raises while waiting for the kettle to boil. Weeks later, he laughed, saying, "I don't grip the counter anymore." Storytelling, gentle smile. Remember this, soft reassurance. Every small exercise is a seed, and in time, seeds grow into strength. And here is the part most people overlook, gentle emphasis. These small habits are not just about preventing falls. They transform the way your whole body feels, encouraging. When you walk correctly, you do not only move safer, you move freer, uplift. Point number 4. Why walking the right way reduces pain and restores energy. Many older adults live with sore knees, stiff hips, or a heavy back, empathetic. These aches often do not come from one dramatic injury, but from years of posture slowly shifting out of place, reflective. Imagine a door hinge, creaking not because it is broken, but because it has carried weight at the wrong angle for too long, visual. When you align your body, head balanced, shoulders relaxed, feet rolling heel to toe, The pressure spreads evenly, steady. The knees and hips sigh with relief, freed from carrying the burden alone. Soothing. Something else happens too. Energy returns. Uplift. Instead of wasting strength clenching your back or locking your knees, your muscles begin to share the work as they were designed, gentle. This makes every step lighter, every breath deeper. Circulation improves, joints loosen, and suddenly daily life feels less like a climb and more like a flowing river, warm imagery. Margaret, 78 years old, once told me after weeks of practice, "I walked through the grocery store without pain, and I wasn't tired halfway through." Storytelling, hopeful. Remember this, soft, reassuring. This isn't decline, it is renewal. With every aligned step, you reclaim energy that was always waiting to serve you. But even with strength returning, there is something else that often holds us back, reflective. It isn't always the body. Sometimes it is the beliefs we carry in silence, gentle. False ideas that whisper, "It's too late," or "You can't change." These are the heaviest burdens of all. Point number 5. 3 costly myths that keep seniors from walking strong. The first myth is, "I'm too old to improve." Empathetic. Many people believe that once they pass 70, 80, or 90, the body cannot adapt anymore. But the truth is, your muscles and balance can still respond, slowly perhaps, but beautifully, when given the chance. Encouraging. The second myth is, "Using a cane means I've failed." Gentle reassurance. A cane is not defeat. It is a tool, a steady friend that lends safety while your strength grows. Many who use one in the beginning often find themselves relying on it less as their balance improves. The third myth is, falling is just a normal part of aging, firm but kind. While it is true that risk rises with age, falls are not inevitable. They usually come from weak muscles, unsafe habits, or cluttered environments, all of which can be improved. Uplift. I once sat with Harold, 80 years old, who said quietly, "Doctor, I thought falling was simply my future." But weeks later, after daily practice, he looked up and said, "I don't believe that anymore." Storytelling hopeful. Remember this warm. The most dangerous fall is not of the body, but of hope. And hope is always yours to stand on. And now we must turn our attention to the place where most falls actually happen. Gentle emphasis. Not on busy streets, not in crowded markets, but right at home. The very space that should protect you. Empathetic. Your house can either be your ally or your hidden enemy. Point number 6. How to make your home a safer place to walk. Loose rugs curl like sly traps beneath your feet. Visual caution. A dim hallway at night becomes a shadowy obstacle course. A laundry basket left in the wrong spot. A cord stretched across the floor. These small things become mountains when balance is fragile, concerned. But the solutions are simple. Uplift. Secure or remove rugs and place night lights along the path from your bedroom to the bathroom. Motion sensor lights can greet you gently in the dark, guiding your steps, soothing. Clear the walkways, making sure your paths are wide and uncluttered, like clean trails in a forest. Add sturdy handrails on both sides of the stairs and install grab bars near the toilet and shower. Places where slips often strike without warning, practical. In kitchens and bathrooms, non-slip mats keep your footing firm when water spills. Even rearranging furniture so sharp corners are out of your way gives the body room to breathe, encouraging. I remember Margaret, 78 years old, who resisted removing her rugs because they made the room cozy. but when her daughter secured them with non-slip backing, Margaret smiled and said, "It feels like my home is finally on my side again." Storytelling, warm. Remember this, gentle. When your house is cleared of danger, it no longer tests you, it holds you. And in that embrace, your steps find new confidence. And sometimes, even with safer steps and a safer home, the wisest path is knowing when to reach for a helping hand, gentle. Asking for guidance is not surrender. It is choosing to walk smarter, not harder, reassuring. Point number 7, when to ask for support without shame. If you live with arthritis, osteoporosis, Parkinson's disease, or if you are recovering from a stroke, your body may need more than general advice, empathetic. These conditions affect balance differently, and a professional, such as a physical or occupational therapist, can tailor movements to your unique needs, steady. Even 1 or 2 sessions can reveal habits you didn't realize were holding you back. If you've already experienced a fall, even without serious injury, this is your body's way of asking for careful attention, concerned. A therapist can teach safer patterns, suggest the right tools, perhaps a cane with a better grip or a walker with brakes, and show you how to use them with dignity, encouraging. I once spoke with Harold, 80 years old, who felt embarrassed to accept a therapist's help. Yet within weeks, he discovered new confidence, not just in walking, but in trusting himself again. Storytelling, hopeful. And let us not forget the emotional support. Someone to listen, to remind you that you are not alone in this journey, warm. Remember this, gentle uplift. Wisdom is not in walking alone, but in knowing the right moment to walk with another beside you. And now we arrive at the most overlooked secret, gentle inviting. It is not a new exercise or another safety gadget, but something already within you, your breath soothing. The way you breathe can either tense your body into stiffness or release it into grace. Point number 8, the secret of breathing and calm confidence. When fear rises, breathing becomes shallow, shoulders climb, and every step turns cautious and tight, empathetic. That hidden tension quietly unsettles balance. But when you pause and take 3 slow, deep breaths, something shifts, calm, guiding. Your shoulders soften, your spine lengthens, your steps loosen. Try this simple rhythm. Breathe in gently through your nose for 2 steps, then exhale softly through your mouth for the next 2, steady. Add to it a quiet affirmation, whispered only to yourself. I am steady. I am strong. I am safe. Uplift. These words are not empty. They signal your nervous system to relax, letting the body move with quiet assurance. I knew Margaret, 78 years old, who began this practice on her short walks from the kitchen to the garden. She later said, "Doctor, I no longer rush. I breathe, and suddenly the floor feels like it welcomes me." Storytelling, warm. Remember this gentle reassurance. Every breath is a companion, every step a conversation between body and soul. When you breathe with calm, you do not just walk, you return to harmony. So let us return to where we began, gentle, reflective. Perhaps you too have caught yourself gripping the wall, wondering if falling is simply the tax of growing older. But now you know, it is not destiny. It is a habit that can be reshaped, encouraging. With each small adjustment, with each steady breath, with each safer step, you reclaim the freedom that age can never take away. You have seen how posture brings relief, how simple exercises awaken strength, how clearing your home creates safety, and how breathing renews confidence. This journey is not about fighting time. It is about walking with it, with dignity and calm uplift. So I thank you for joining me today, warm. Which of these steps spoke to you most deeply? Share it in the comments, because your words may be the very spark another soul needs to begin again, inviting. And if this message gave you hope, I would be grateful if you liked this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more healing truths and positive energy. Because aging should never mean silence, shame, or surrender. Gentle emphasis. Until next time, walk steady, walk proud, and I will see you in the next video. Soothing farewell.